It wouldn't let me go live on Facebook. Good afternoon, everyone. Sorry I'm late. I was trying to get it to let me go live on Facebook, but it wouldn't. It kept fighting me. It kept saying, error, not allowed. Error, you're not allowed. And I'm like, why? It's Facebook. Oh, you're going to lose your connection. How? How am I going to lose my connection? I'm not losing any connection to anything else that I'm going to have to do something about this. Hello, everyone. I'm sorry. That was a waste of 7 minutes. I shouldn't have done it, but you know. I do get some views from my Facebook. So I was like, no, I don't want to lose that, but I guess I'm going to have to figure out this week why it's doing that. It's probably just as simple as putting in my password. I said hello, Priz. I was just annoyed. But hello. Good afternoon, everybody. Your girl got a job. Woo! I'm working with my friend now. So I'm going to be working at a restaurant. Starting today. But my friend's restaurant schedule literally matches up perfectly with the schedule here. Which I think is kind of fun. And I ditched Gothics for this Make It Good. Was she streaming too? The bitch. Let me tell you, want to know something good? I filmed 8 videos last night. 8. I filmed a bunch. So that way, over the next few weeks, while I'm working, I don't have the extra stress of trying to come up and say different things. Let me see. Let me count. Let me look at the folder. Let me see. Let me make sure I'm right on this. Where is it? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Orion, get off of her! He was humping her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, I was right. I slept. I fell asleep around 3 and I didn't wake up until 7 or 8. You guys don't understand. Depending on the week in my nutrition, I can go on like almost 0 sleep. What do you think he was doing, Holly? What you think he was doing? He was being naughty. Very bad puppy. Naughty boy. Orion is such a brat. I know, Marsha. It's my default mode. Oh, Greta. Now she's just plopped behind me. All right, I'm going to try to just not thinking go into drawing Helga. We'll see how this works. But, yeah, it's been a weird couple of weeks, guys. I've been on high stress mode. I've been more sensitive. I've been more easily upset. I haven't shown it, I hope. But it's been a rough couple of weeks. And it's because, one, my mother's birthday was on Saturday. So I was feeling that. I had a lot of my friends calling me. One of my best friends, she called me. She's like, because the year before my mom died, her mom died. And so we kind of like, we had a lot of mirroring. She had a miscarriage. I had a miscarriage the year after. Her brother died the year after my brother died. It was very, very weird. Okay. So we had a lot of like, hey, we had the same tragedies. Yay. And, you know, every year, all the different things for her mom are very hard for her too. So when my mom's birthday came, she was like, I know I've called you a lot today, but I'm making sure you're doing much better than I thought. And I'm like, you're right. I'm doing much better than I thought. I do think it's a little bit of this frazzled that I've been having with everything else going on behind the scenes. And, the stress of money and job and all that shit. But what's really weird, guys, okay, so if any of you have a Google Home, okay, well, we were friends before that. It's just, it strengthened the friendship, Captain Fluffy Paws, but you're not wrong. If any of you have a Google Home and you play your YouTube through it, you know that the only time it plays your playlists is it chooses the most recent playlist you've been using, okay? My husband and I do have Rat Pack and classic big band music on our playlists, but we haven't played them in months. And yet the week leading up to my mother's birthday, Frank Sinatra played multiple times a day out of nowhere. If it wasn't obvious, my very Italian, very Catholic mother was an extremely large Frank Sinatra fan. Like, she loved him. She'd seen him, I think, like 6 times. The day Frank Sinatra died, I had been up early. She was in bed. And I put on the TV. I think I was 11 or 12 years old. And I got up early. And I was watching the news, which I usually did. And that's when they announced he died. And I just go flying into my parents' room. I'm like, Mom, Blue Eyes died. And she called. Grandma, it was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. She cried. Grandma cried. The world cried. So yeah. It was really weird. It was really weird. And I kept saying to Starman, I'm like, did you play Frank Sinatra this week? No. Are you sure? Yes, Cassie, I'm sure. Are you sure, sir? I don't dance. Don't ask me. And so, yeah, Frank Sinatra was he a total asshole? Absolutely. He was a terrible person in a lot of ways. But the man was a legend. So legends go. Oh, and then I wake up this morning and Orion, for some reason, could not withhold himself, so he made a messy in the crate as well. It's been a weird week. It has been a weird week, to say the least. And so I'm just... It was very nice that when I finally got that urge, I was able to... Orion having prostate history. His talent kind of made up for it. There's a lot that's happened. And, obviously, I'm not going to be one of those people that just talks about all the internals of their life. I just let you know that if I've been weird, there's just been shit. Best way to put it, there's been shit. But, Michelle released a video today where she was talking about resolutions. And let me see if I can find it in this book. It's all of our bills. Starman and I made our own. So, if you guys, and see, I can show you these because there's no personal information on it. You don't have to have a New Year's resolution that involves weight loss if you don't want to. But I do believe you should have some kind of yearly goal. Marsha, I'm going to want to hear about that in a second if you're willing to share. That's so sad. Orion is a good boy who never tests the patience. Linda, why would you lie here? And in front of my notebook. Right, Holly, I was watching it earlier while I was taking care of the animals. And so this was about 2 weeks ago. Starman and I sat down and we made up a list of things we needed, right? So we know that these are our wants for 2023. These are our goals for 2023. These are the needs for 2023. So we know that Starman wants a new gaming headset. He needs a couple of new pairs of work boots. She doesn't know what contract for the 5th. Wow. And I'm guessing she still expects you to take care of her and help her out and all that jazz. He treats us when you're not on stream. He threatens us when you're not on stream. Oh, God. Chaco, I'll let you know later. But, don't worry, I got you. Just shoot me a message so I don't forget and see a shiny object. My husband and I are weebs, so we want a year subscription to Sakurako and Boxu. And that's because, we want to be able to get interesting things in the mail and not have to really think about it and get a couple of cute little collectibles and stuff like that. But we also know our 2024 goal is we're going on the Emo's Not Dead cruise. So before then, we need to get real IDs. We need to get passports. And we want to try to successfully save $1,500. That's a very big one for us. We think that that's a very big deal. I think that if you have a hard time saving, we usually get up to $500 or $600 and then something else implodes. The most we've gotten up into savings was $2,000 at one point. That was somewhere between 2020 and 2019 and 2020. Somehow a difference in presidents kind of changed all that. It was weird. Then we go over to here. So the thing is, when you have a house, the one sucky part is you have to fix everything. So we know all the different things we have to fix. And we went through Lowe's the other day. We looked at everything we wanted. We know the things we need, but we know we can put off. So we know in the next 3 years, we're probably going to need a new fridge. We're probably going to need a new washer and dryer. But those are going to be hey, once we buy the house, we'll see if we can wrap those into the loan kind of situation. Whereas these are things that are actually very attainable if we make enough money. So getting a whole entirely new toilet with a new flange and a new wax ring, that's the first thing. All sink fixtures getting replaced. All of the faucets and things need to be replaced. They're a good 10 years old and they're warbly and some of them are chipped and they don't spray right. So we got to fix that. Our hose spigot fell off last year and we have it hanging precariously. We have to get the roof inspected. We want to repair the chicken coop, especially now. I right now am so mad that I did not prioritize the chicken coop during 2020. I wish I had, but I didn't, and I'm a fool. I need to get the Passat repaired so I have my own car. We need to fully fix the sliding door, which I thought we did when we bought the handles the other day. Turns out the sliding door still is plugged up. And then I even took the extra insurance because we need to get things for the bathroom. So I took all the measurements down. So, for the vanity, for the cabinet over the toilet, things like that. These are goals. Start trying to save money for a better laptop. The struggle is real, especially because when you look at what you have and you're thinking, oh God, do I really need to save for this or da-da-da-da? Well, that's why I want to start it this year, Linda, because I wouldn't be leaving until the end of next year. I don't want a Polish. I want a Bantam. Hold on. Let me see if I can bring it up. I like lace-wing Bantams and I like Ayam Samanis. So let me see. Let me share this with you guys. Hold on. See this chicken? I think they are the prettiest chickens. I just think like just look at that. Look at how pretty that bird is. You can't tell me that's not a pretty animal. It's just the coolest looking little thing. And I want them. And then the other thing I want and I actually am going to get one of these. My now boss has already promised to give me a couple of chicks. So this is going to be in my flock. They are entirely black. Everything is black. Even their skin, their organs, their everything is black. And they are just the coolest looking birds. And I want them. I don't want a big flock. I want maybe they are barred rock look like but give good eggs. Oh, I'm gonna get a rooster. I wasn't going to, but I think I am gonna get a rooster. See, my plan is this. I want to have 2 separate flocks. I want to have one flock that is in the chicken coop. And then I want to get a more wild flock that peruses my property. I'm thinking of getting some leghorns for that. Like less friendly ones that peruse the property. And here's why. I want them to eat the bugs. I'm not going to keep them for anything else. Yeah, longhorns, that's what I mean. My sister had a chicken who lost a leg. We called her Becky. No, not too. Well, Choco, I actually might. I know you're trying to make a joke, but I actually might. Because the problem is the rooster and chickens that come over to my property now are not mine. And there's days when they don't show up. And they do a pretty damn good job of cleaning up the bugs. We got several different breeds in one flock before, and we started having major issues like picking feathers. Right. Like, my intention is to get very... Oh, you're just... sequel because you're using the 0, so I thought you were trying to be a smartass. Yeah, I kind of want to get 2, but I don't want them to be in the same flock. Well, Choco, can you really blame me? It's you. I want to get 2. The Rhode Islander in me. Flock of cocks. I kind of want to get a Rhode Island Red. Just because. I mean, they are... Do any of you know what a Rhode Island Red looks like? If you don't, I'm going to proudly show you what one looks like. Hold on. No, I want the rooster. That's not the best looking Rhode Island Red. What the hell? It's kind of... Ah, there's a beautiful one. Okay, hold on. Look at this magnificent bastard. Look at him. That is like they are the quintessential classic rooster. Classic. It honestly is strange spice because right now a dozen eggs is like $9 and a brand new chicken for yourself is $30. So I buy one chicken for $30. She pays for herself within 5 weeks. Does anyone else think it's weird that the Easter Bunny gives out eggs? Is an egg trafficker? She couldn't help it. She went back to jokes. See, I very much want a Rhode Island Red for aesthetics and loyalty. And Choco, it's more expensive in other places. It's $9 here. But in like California, I think it's like $12 or $13. Right. That's what it used to be here. Okay. Here it was like $1.50 for a dozen. Okay, I like Brahmas, but I heard they're really mean. Is that true, Holly? I've heard they are straight assholes. And see, I want to be able to handle my birds. Like girl had a heart attack in the egg section every time. Right. See, now I heard they were mean and they attacked a lot. See, because I met Penelope, who literally I could hold her like this in my hand. She was a full-grown bird, very tiny chicken. Where the fuck did my hustle there? And she was the sweetest little thing. I met her on Christmas. And technically, I met her on Thanksgiving. But I actually got to hold her. No, I do not. I do not prefer that. Well, there's a fight going on somewhere in the house. I can hear it. I'm trying to draw my character Helga. I failed miserably last week because I honestly think I was just too stressed. Because frankly, I even forgot my mom's birthday was coming up. But this, I think I'm starting to get like a cognitive dissonance. My brain is shutting off when stressful things are about to happen. So like, for instance, every year around Brandon's birthday, I start to have like, I just don't care as much. I kind of turn everything off for a little bit. And then once his birthday hits and Facebook reminds me, hey, guess whose birthday it is? We have Speckles, Sussex, and Brahmas were literal angels in comparison. I think it's so cute how they have a habit of sitting on eggs trying to hatch them. I'm just excited to get them. I have a whole ass chicken coop and I don't have any chickens in it. I just don't like that chin. I also don't like that she somehow looks old. She's supposed to be young and fresh and you know. She's got those snatched eyelashes because Helga can't ever look bad. Just because she deals with death doesn't mean she has to look like death, guys. Easter eggers are great. Yeah, but the thing is, their eggs are usually small, aren't they? Like, I like Easter eggers, but it's not like the most important thing. It was at first, But now I'm more concerned with being able to handle my birds and all that jazz. Trying to get the idea just right on what I want her to be doing. I kind of want her looking at her mask. Apparently my mood today is dad jokes. Listen, I'm used to it. That's how Starman talks all the time. Maybe if I erase this part. That I'm getting a better feel for now. Yeah, I'm getting a lot better feel for this now. So about the computer I'm saving up for, the speed paint idea is kind of going the wayside until I can get it. Sorry, honey. My dad jokes are a higher quality. The hell they are. Same quality, just different locations. Oh, did you guys see on TikTok? There's this guy that was flipping out in the airport because they lost his dog. And these people have the audacity to say he's overreacting. And someone said to me that I was being a Karen. The dogs are brought within minutes and they weren't lost. Overreaction. If I say to you, where are my dogs? And you say, we don't know, that's the definition of lost. Like, that is the definition of you lost my damn dogs. Was I 18 in 2006? Washington just asked me a question. Right? Like, I want you. How was that ever like? He was screaming and yelling because he said, "Where are my dogs? Where are my fucking dogs?" There was 4 dogs, and the airline had no idea where they were. And I'm like, I told the story. I think I told you guys all last week how I broke into that animal foster's house to get my cat back. You know, it wasn't an overreaction at all. Oh, how you doing, honey? This is turning out way better than last. Who was here last week and saw how hard I was having oh my god. Like, look. Last week was looking like trash. I might fix this one too. So for the first video, I had to settle the run-of-the-mill disembodied voice with text on the screen. I don't do the text on the screen. You know what? You don't know what I'm saying. I'm sorry. It's too much for me. I know what I'm capable of. I know what I am able to mentally handle, and I am not there yet. Maybe someday Star Sun will actually be good on like YouTube, and I can afford to pay someone to do that. As a matter of fact, today, as soon as I get off the stream, guys, not going back to ADHD mode, but as soon as I get off the stream and Starman gets home, I'm heading to work. But the tech difficulties are part of your charm. No, it wasn't the tech I was talking about. I was talking about me not being able to draw a woman. I didn't have any technical difficulties last week. Hi, Moon. But I'm glad I was able to revisit this because she wasn't looking good. Like, this was not looking good at all last week. So I am so glad it's looking much better this week. I'm glad I didn't give up on this. Because I really wanted to do a good piece of Helga. My brain wasn't in it at the time. But it's so great. I've got the job now. And it's with someone I already have a working relationship with, which is why I like it. Because I've theoretically already been Jasmine's employee for almost a year now. But it just was a different... And I'm still going to be doing what I did for her before. So it's not super different. I would just also be a waitress now. Yes, Moon, I didn't get to tell you yet. I got a job. I literally got hired yesterday evening. My friend Jasmine was like, we'll start now. What do you mean now? She's like, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. And so I am now Jibber Jobby, which I definitely needy naughty. I can hear the washing machine going for... Awesome. Yes, it's an in-person job, but remember how I was telling you it would have to be just right? Who likes licorice? What are we talking about? Someone on my team smells like licorice. I don't like it, but I can't move because it's packed. Licorice. Remember I was telling you, like, it had to work up just the right way, so that way if I was going to go in, it would have to work out with Matthew's schedule. Jasmine's is the only one that would have that. You guys, do you want to know how disheartened I was last week? Like, one of the things that really threw me off, I didn't tell most of you, is that I applied to several jobs last week, right before I got on stream. And right before I got on stream, 2 of them that I applied for literally denied me within a half hour of getting my application. I mean, within a half hour. I don't even know how quickly it was, but it was pretty damn quick. And when I tell you, considering my extensive, like when I tell you guys, if I felt comfortable detailing all the different businesses I've worked at, just know I've been head of customer service 3 times at 3 different companies. I have gotten customer service rewards from nearly every company I've worked for. I have never had, except for like twice, and that was a long time ago, and the woman was a psycho. When I was at Walmart, I had customer issues. I am what you would call an expert in customer service. And they were like, we're going to go with more qualified candidates. The fuck you mean more qualified? I have 15 years of experience. And I have an exemplary record. I have been the head of customer service at several different places. Who's more qualified than me? And it sucked. But this will work out better because it's going to get more of my exercise in, because when you're a waitress, you don't really have the chance to just sit down and do nothing. Jasmine doesn't know how to sit still. I'm hoping that was the case, Edie, because otherwise, like, it was just so demoralizing for me at that moment. I was already stressing. Mom's birthday was coming up and I was mentally blocking. It was a whole thing. And so to then on top of that, it was just not. I'm hoping there's that moment. Oh God. Right. And then one of them was an MLM. No, it was even worse than that. It was a pyramid scheme. So I went back in and I reported them. One of the first things they tell you on Indeed, never take a job that does not give you an interview. Go into this job. 2,000 people in the Zoom call. 2,000. Okay? It's 100% commission job for a travel agency. Okay? That I could not find the name for anywhere. I looked her up. It was Eclipse Vacay. You get into the Zoom call. No questions. They turn off commenting. No questions till the end. Okay? And then, when questions started, you would get 100% commission, but you would get 80% of the commission. Well, somebody in the comments was saying they'd already done this before, and they only ended up, out of a $500 order, they ended up with $27 at the end. Okay? So it's right, scam. So I'm asking, why is there no interview? Why is there no this? Why is there no that? Then, in order to become an employee, in order to sign up, you gotta pay them $70 a month for 6 months. Gee, guys, I wonder. And I, point blank, after a while, because all the comments I was saying, a lot of people were like, hey, she's right. Because I was asking, why is there no base pay? It's called a draw. And what the draw is if you don't make any sales, you still get some kind of compensation. So like when I sold mattresses, you got one of two things. They call it the bucket system, okay? So either you got $10 an hour or you made over that amount in commission. So like if $10 an hour equaled out to $600 a week, right? But you sold $1,200 in mattresses. Well, you no longer get that $600, you get the $1,200. Seems pretty fair. But you at least get compensation somewhere. With this, it was you either make the sale or you don't get paid. Okay, but you still gotta pay that $70. Like, okay. Because part of it has to go to your sponsor. And so finally I said, this is a pyramid scheme. You are scamming people. She boots me from the Zoom call. So I email her. What did I say to her? Let me see what I said to her, because I was pissed. Because like I'm already stressing. People are in this. A lot of them saying they were desperate for a job. You could see it in the comments when she did allow the comments. And they're doing this to people. So hold on, let me find it. Because I was angry. Your girl was not happy. Where is it? It was a couple of days ago. And I was just like, who does this to people? That was my biggest thing. Like, you know what? I wouldn't even mind so much if this was in the middle of a very healthy economic times. Here it is. Her name is Shay Combs. Okay. Oh no, I'm sorry, it's not it. Never mind, wrong person. Forget what I said. Different person. That's not her. That was a headhunter. She does her job right. I'm looking. There it is. That's why. Because it was Justine Shine. Justine Shine via Calendly. You're kind of disgusting for running a pyramid. This is what I said to her. You're kind of disgusting for running a pyramid scheme in this economy and preying on desperate people. Plenty of people in that chat saw what I had to say, and I hope it damaged the income you would have made scamming those poor folks. So your booting me just proved to them that I was right. I'm desperate for a job, not to make someone else rich while I suffer with nothing. I'll pray for you. And this woman had the audacity to come back to me. First of all, I make nothing off of hosting that meeting. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Because you are the sponsor for every single person that signed up for that $70 package, lady. So don't lie. I do not scam people. If you would like to have a professional conversation about why we are not a pyramid scheme, I would love to do just that. If you need to come and have me into a conversation, if you need to have me come in on a conversation so you can manipulate me and not have some other proof, you know that you're a pyramid scheme. You already know. Like, it's disgusting. Like, I'm sorry. I understand that people need to make money. I get that part of it. But are you really going to sit there and do that to desperate people? The farther up you go in the companies, the more likely you are to come across sociopaths, psychopaths. Someone I watched made 2 videos about how he fell for a pyramid scheme. Lady, you calling me a liar? Well, I ain't calling you a truther. Thanks, RC. Let's see. I did save some people. Right. Alex Myers, like, right, exactly. Hi, Breen. It was so, like, seriously, Marsha, what bothers me the most is just, I wouldn't mind if you're doing this to people who maybe are already kind of scummy. Like, you know, maybe you're, hello, Hunger for Artists. If you're going after someone who maybe has already scammed other people, and you're dragging in a bunch of these people who just love to scam people, and you're like, hey, do this, you know, I wouldn't have as much moral outrage about it. But a lot of people in that chat were saying how they were single mothers and they were recently divorced people. They were elderly. These are people that just got fired who are afraid of eviction. They need money now. And you still tell them this is the job for you. Absolutely. You're building your own equity. You're building your own company. Knowing that you are going to rob them blind and they are going to have to toil and slave at their computer just to make a decent wage every week. Because that's the worst part of it. They do technically earn you money. Yeah, they do. But like I said, you're getting like crumbs. Exactly, Raven. Exactly. I just was floored. I was floored that anyone in this economy would say, and she said it so proudly, my guys. Like, she said it so proudly. Like, she was so happy with what she was doing. And I was like, how do you sleep at night? Clearly on a bed of money. Clearly. That's all I know. Clearly, you sleep just fine because you do not care. So, like, this is the stuff, like, that's some of the things that I can tell you guys that was going on. Just shit like that. Shit like that, you know. You sit there and then you start getting that little despair moment, like, what the hell am I going to do now? I'm a proud mummified turd. You know what? Probably. I think I can line it now. I think she's ready to be lined. I'm sorry you went through that. Hey. But you know what? Licorice Leak Lady has migrated closer to me. Oh, God. Ugh, I hate that, bro. I am so sorry, Chaco. But you know what, Moon? That's the thing. Like, I tend to be the person that gets in these situations. Like the other day, we took the dogs out. We had to go shopping for the house. It was Saturday. Or was it Sunday? It was one of those days. And I had to take the dogs out. Okay? Get them out of the house. Da 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 da. While we're at PetSmart, we're checking out. And Orion has been a really good boy. He has not done too much. He hasn't barked once. He's been so good. Greta's been a little bit of a nudge, but nothing too bad. And we are sitting there, and I've got, because again, I am much better at it than my husband. I'm not trying to be rude, but I just am. I'm better at controlling the dogs than he is. So I'm sitting there with Orion. Matt is cashing everyone out. As we're waiting, a man walks in with a little Australian Shepherd that is barely contained on its leash. And this dog immediately starts and lunges for Orion. You guys, by the grace of God, because I promise you, if I wasn't a stronger person, that dog would have been dead. At the very minimum, maimed. But in one real strong tug, I went, no! I yanked him back towards me. He was alert and he was watching. But he stopped. He puffed a few times. He let out a couple of growls. Then it was done. And I was so proud of Orion. And this fucking bitch behind me goes, I wouldn't bring an aggressive dog like that out in public anyway. But the problem is I don't know, because the way she muttered it, like, if you were on my side, you would mutter it at me. But it felt like she was saying it about my baby. And I was like, because I wasn't sure and I did not want to cause a scene, my dog had been so good. And I did not want to assume. You know me. I try not to assume. So, and mind you, she said it as I'm walking away. Okay? She said it as I'm walking away. I was like, nope. And I just kept trucking. I was very proud of myself, guys. I was so proud of myself. And I went over to my dog's favorite person. I don't know if Ashley's watching, but Ashley is their favorite non-family person. They love her. They look for her every time we go in. Orion did really good in Lowe's after that. I guess the Australian Shepherd kind of tired him out a little bit. He trotted with me the whole way through. We walked around that entire store. I definitely got my steps in. Right, Mitchell, like... Like, I've gotten into screaming matches over my dogs before. But I felt like in that instance, I did not want Orion, because he's an extremely intelligent dog and he remembers shit. I did not want him associating that with me having a meltdown and going after someone and potentially starting to make him more aggressive towards people through that by watching me get upset. Because Orion is extremely defensive of me. So, that night I'm at my dad's. And I'm telling my dad this story. This motherfucker, first thing he says is, you had to turn around and open your mouth, didn't you, Cassandra? Excuse you? That's my dad's first reaction. You had to open your mouth, didn't you, Cassandra? Daddy, I didn't do anything. I was a good girl. So if you guys ever wonder, is Starson all talk? I'm not. Because my dad has been there when I've gone off on people. There was a lady once, I was 20. My dad was walking in to Stop and Shop. And my dad is one of those invisible, disabled. You can't tell he's disabled. My dad is a veteran. He's got a disability plate. But my dad is stubborn like me. So like how I told you guys I never fat walked even when it hurt because I didn't like the waddle. Well, my dad was the same way. My dad walked around with no cartilage in his knees for years. He would get down on his knees and do work. He would run around. But he didn't care because my dad just said, well, shit's got to get done, so I have to do it. Try to tell him, he'd go, shut up. Now you know where I get it from. This lady, as he's in there, has the audacity to yell at my father about parking in the handicapped parking space. She tells him he's a fake handicap. Moon, as somebody who is starting to get that, yes, it's very painful. I can promise you that. Like, I can't even tell you how painful it is. Because I'm developing it. I knew I would. It fully happened to my father by the age of 38. I'm 36 this year. And I knew it would happen to me because my knees always crunched when I walked, even when I was thin. But it was like a squelching sound. Now it's a full-blown crunching sound. So when people ask me why sometimes I don't get up and walk, it's because I can't feel my legs. But, that's besides the point. I still push myself because it doesn't matter if I let it go too long. I won't be able to walk at all. So, gotta do something. This lady starts screaming at my father about how he's a fake disabled and how he is abusing the system. And I start to get out of the car. And I'm like, who the fuck you talking to? My father spun around and said, get the fuck back in the car. Yes, Daddy. We're just a pile of people who can't keep our mouths shut in my family. But I'm very defensive of my family. I'm very defensive. My brother, someone mocked my mother once and my brother put their head through a window. It was on the bus. My family is very loyal. So, I don't know what that means, but my FWB was having issues with his knees. Doesn't have much cartilage. It's painful. Your father should be in prison for not being healthy while having you. Shame on your mom, right? How dare that white male have children? Yeah, my mom also had problems because she actually did get in a car accident when she was in her 20s. She was going to school to be a nurse, and she busted her back in a car accident, so I had to stop. Oh, friends with benefits. Wow, I fucking knew that. Thank you, because I feel dumb now, Marsha. But I appreciate it, because I was like, huh? What's that? But yeah. Oh, people have always something to say. See, that's why I developed a habit. This is why I'm glad that I'm not well known. Because I have a really bad habit of when people stare at me, I go, can I help you? Hi. What's up? Take a picture, it'll last longer. I'm that person. I am that person. I stare down little children doing it. Because I love when they look at you, but they expect you to not look back. And when you take that first glance, they continue looking like it's okay if they do it. So then I look back harder and I widen my eyes a little bit. Usually they look away after that. I did it in Texas. I don't know if I told you guys last week, but I did the same thing in Texas. So I was walking to a food truck with my coworkers, and at the neighboring food truck, there was a guy, and he was staring squarely at me. Like just full-blown staring at me. And I could see him out of my peripheral. Well, finally, I just looked right at him. And I kept looking. He practically ducked and looked away. I'm like, bro, then why are you looking? Little babies are the worst when it comes to... But babies, it's cute. See, when I turn around and see a baby looking at me and, like, you know, a little drool on its face, smiling and waving, that's adorable. That happened... I forget where it was. This is darling little black girl. She was wearing a little outfit with stars on it. And she looked so damn cute. I wanted to pick her up and kiss her cheeks. And she was just looking at me and she smiled and she's like, "Your hair pretty." And I was like, "Oh, tell me more, little child." And I was like, of course it's a child with stars on her that says it to me. I end up playing peekaboo with... Right! You can't help it! Toddlers are just annoying to creepy. Tyler's on, yes. Anything above toddler kind of gets a little weird. People stare at me, I tend to look away. In the end, like, oh, I think Amazon's here, guys. I don't know what makes me think that. I feel like I'm getting a sign. I wonder what it could be. Oh, Orion! Orion! Come here! Gosh, guys, he won't come. I can't figure out why. I can't put my finger on it. Why did I even bother getting a security system? I have a dog. Hold on. Come here, big boy. Come on. Come on. I know, intruders. I know, you are so upset as spaghetti. Yeah. You're not going anywhere. You're staying right here. I know. You're going to whack your own face with that tail. Just relax. You're just bringing me things, okay? You're just bringing me boxes. You love boxes. You guys hear how upset he is? I mean, the ones that just stare at you blank. Yeah, I mean that's a little rough. The ones that stare blankly, you kind of have a moment with them. This is turning out much better. I don't care what anyone says. This is much better than last week. I actually like feel the connection of my character in this one. Orion, chill. Sit. Now. Sit. All the way. Lay down. Lay down. All the way. Good boy, you wait. You wait. Let me see if I can show the pupper. I'm trying to figure out. There we go. I have him having to lay behind me. And see, he's licking his lips because he's uncomfortable right now. Because he doesn't like that I'm telling him he's doing a bad thing. And so he doesn't understand why he's in trouble. Is that a bird skull? No, it's her mask. This is my character, Helga. She's a death doctor. My stepmother's cat did some of the creepy stare. See, when cats stare at you, that's different, though. Cats stare at you because they're afraid you're going to kill them. And so, yeah, that was her readjusting if she had to make a run for it. Okay, this is a little blurry, guys. Hold on. Let me refresh the page. Hold on. Much better. Much better. So, like, when a cat stares at you wide-eyed at any time, that's a sign they are afraid of you. They are scared. And they think you're going to kill them. So they're afraid to even blink towards you. That's what that means. And her readjusting is saying, like, you know, she's got to make a run for it, or she's got to defend herself. She's putting herself in a more advantageous position. You know you weren't, but she doesn't know that. Like, that's the thing. A lot of folks got to remember that animals, they don't think like we do. She doesn't understand you're not a dangerous person. She sees you as an intruder. My cat stares at my brother at all times. She's extremely skittish. Yeah, especially if you have an anxiety-ridden cat, you're much more prone for that happening. Even Penny. Penny trusts me more than anyone. There are days that Penny will stare at me wide-eyed. Like, I mean, like, she's afraid I'm going to kill her. And I have to reestablish the relationship. I have to reassure her. It sucks, but remember, these are tiny predators. At the end of the day, you are truly housing a tiny predator. And yes, by the way, hi, Rachel. When you do that, it's an animal that is not used to trusting on that level. Penny's doing good, except for she's been getting in a lot of fights with Calliope. Calliope is just like Penny, but Calliope, unlike Penny, lashes out rather than hides. Calliope has a very strong bite, and she's a very strong cat. And she's reconciled with every other cat for about the most part, except for Penny. And I think it's because Penny's got such high anxiety. Yes, the slow blinking is extremely good. If you ever have a cat staring at you guys, slowly blink back at it. And do it multiple times. But that is actually how I got Penny and Sinbad to get along a little better. I actually made them trick each other with a slow blink. I put them both on the desk, and I used the brush on both of them, which caused both of them to slow blink while looking at the other, which showed the both of them that there was no threat. A tiger is almost never going to slow blink back at you. Like, they don't trust nobody. Half the time, not even their own handlers. Cats are always angry because they're God's ultimate killing machine, but they weigh 10 pounds and you keep picking them up and kissing them. I love that meme. I can dream. My cat does this weird thing where she'll sit in front of the door like she wants in, but she'll run away as fast as she can if we open the door. It's just a burst of anxiety. She's not quite sure what's going to happen in that moment. She does want in, but she doesn't know if she's safe. It's typically how it happens, you know. Again, you have to remember that a lot of folks have this bad habit of forgetting that animals are animals. They are going to do what they do. And a lot of times, what they do really doesn't make sense in the human logic because we're wired differently. You have to remember that cats don't understand trust and bonding the way we do. Just like how I get very mad when everyone's like, oh, well, my dog knows it's a child. No, it doesn't. Your dog has no idea your child is a child. None. In your dog's mind, your child is just another member of the pack. Now, they may love your child as a member of the pack, but that's also why your dog might bite your kid. That's also why your dog might roughhouse with your kid. It's why your dog also might resource guard your child. Yeah. You have to remember that the dog is going to logic and treat you in the most respectful way it can. Hi, Red. Hold on. Let me finish the dog conversation. The problem is, guys, is that you got to realize something. When it comes to animals, we have to stop humanizing them, and we have to stop putting them in positions where it's going to hurt humans. There's this video going around the internet right now of this of this child, shut up, Chaco, of this child walking up to this pit bull who was being, oh my God, so well behaved. And he's beating the back of this pit bull with a bottle. And no one's stopping this kid. No one steps in until the pit bull's had enough and he turns around to bite the kid. Oh, then everyone's like, oh, that pit bull's vicious. No. See, this is why pit bulls end up getting, in trouble and end up biting, because you put the animals in a position expecting them to understand, oh, it's just a baby. That's not just a baby to the dog. That is another creature of equal size attacking it for no reason. You have to shed all of your preconceptions about the fact that it's a little boy or a baby. It doesn't matter. The dog doesn't understand that, but you and the child do. That's the worst part. Your child has a higher understanding, and you can absolutely teach your child to not beat the fuck out of your dog. Like, this is not complicated. Animals are animals, and that's the thing. I love my animals. I love them to death. I spoil them rotten. I've seen dogs that immediately become protective over a new baby after meeting them for the first time. My dad's old dog used to say it. Right, but that sometimes can be resource guarding. You're a resource. No. She's talking about plain and simple people being bitches, not that, Red. I don't know if Choco even watches your stuff. Hold on. Let me get Instagram up. I'm gonna send it on Insta. But it's something where it's very difficult, guys, because it's an uphill battle for me when it comes to people and animals, because I understand completely. I really do. I understand completely that most folks don't understand animals. I get that. I get that most people don't understand animals. But what I don't understand is why they think understanding animals includes humanizing their thoughts. Do they look like us? No. Do they talk like us? No. Do they eat like us? No. So why in God's green earth would you think they think and rationalize like us? We are not the same species. Hell, if you go to different countries and different religions in our own species, we don't rationalize the same. Just look at how different cultures greet. Like, this is what I find hilarious. There's a big difference, guys. And what I get really tired of is having to constantly tell people, no, that's not how a dog is. Like, yes, I will jokingly say my dog's vindictive. My dog is this. But he's really not. No, because then everyone will join in. Just copy the link and put it on Chrome. Like, go onto your Instagram, copy the link, and then put it in Chrome. Or if you click the link, and I'm not talking about joining from it. If you click the link, it'll bring you on here, Red. Because I'm using Restream. I think part of the reason why they humanize the animal is how they raise the animal. But it's not even just that. The fact of the matter is, no matter how human you raise an animal, a dog or a cat is still the animal. You know what I'm saying? Like, so a lot of people think if your dog is upset, right? Let's say your dog is barking. They're flipping out. Something is making them very mad. What is your dog is screaming, reacting, flipping out. What is your first reaction? I want to know. Put it in the chat. I'm going to go get my package that Amazon dropped off. You guys tell me. I'm going to bring Red in so he can get himself all assembled. I'm going to get my package. I want you guys to answer. Put it in the chat. What would your reaction be if your dog's flipping out? Red, use your mic real quick.
What up?
Okay. Be right back. I'm going to go grab my package. I want you guys to say that. I'll be right back. Easy pups. I know. Excuse me. Thank you. I'm not going in there, no. Okay. Guys, someone sent me a knit crop top. Like, it's got my name on it and everything. Someone sent me a knit crop top in a size small. Red, what did you do?
What did I do this weekend? Or
what did you send me this crop top, sir?
why would I send you a crop top?
I knew it was you. Don't lie.
Why would I send you a crop top for?
I don't know. This is fucking weird.
What kind of? Wow.
Yeah, look at the size of it, right? It is literally the size of my notebook.
I mean, why would I send that? Why would I want to send that? What?
But I just thought you guys found that funny. The other things that came in were I finally got the splitter cables. so we can do my digital drawing starting next week. But I want to see what everyone said, and then again, hi Red. Let's see what everyone said about your dog. What
My
would
dog?
you do? You run to investigate. Bite my dog. Oh my god. Usually tell them to shush. Tell them it's okay. Depends on the source, sometimes soothing tone. But would you handle them? So let me ask you, Red. Your dog's flipping out. Your dog's screaming, yelling, throwing a fit. What's your first instinct?
Go to where he's barking.
Right?
Usually, because I mean, my dog. I mean, he's a mini Schnauzer, so he barks at everything. Those types of dogs. They like it can be like a motorcycle. My dog, he likes to bark at motorcycles, garbage truck. What else does he bark at? Police sirens. He barks at that stuff. So I ignore it but when the garbage man's here, I was like, okay, so it's Tuesday and Friday. He usually alerts you to where the garbage man is because he can hear that. It's really my dog is really interesting. He can hear things from the basement, so he can hear things from like 20, 30 miles away, and he knows the time of the truck. So he's one smart ass dog.
Oh yeah, Orion's the same way. Like but when he was a puppy, we didn't like him eating poop, but he didn't care. He loved goose poop. So on his first round, because he knew we'd catch him in the first round, as he would go out to go into the bathroom, he would memorize where all the goose poop was. And then after having his breakfast, when we would get back outside, he would race to where all the goose poop was and eat it while he was trying to go to the bathroom. He would memorize every day where they were because obviously it would change.
Really?
And I'm like, wow, you're a dick. But the reason why I ask is because, guys, the first instinct most people have is to pick up their dog and soothe it. That's most humans' first instinct. Here's why that's wrong. You are telling your dog it's okay to be aggressive by doing that. You are literally reinforcing the aggressive behavior. That's why so many small dogs are vicious. Half of it, yes, is instinct because many small dogs are hunting dogs. But the other half of it is owners believing if they pick up their dog and hold it, they are protecting the dog. You're not. You are giving the dog encouragement. You're telling it, yes, baby, it is okay, and I want you to react like this. And it gets worse and worse and worse. And this is a symptom of bad dog ownership. Stemmed because they are treating the dog like a primate, not like a canid. And like you said, dogs will memorize sounds. It knows what's coming from a mile away because it sees the pattern. Animals are very pattern-based.
Right.
The smarter the dog, though, the better you notice dogs. Like, that's why you shouldn't have Norwegian cattle dogs, Australian cattle dogs, Belgian Malinois, Caucasian shepherds. This is why humans who don't have a job for the dog should not own these dogs. Because these are dogs that are bred to follow even outside of the patterns. And these are dogs that will find their way to doing something you don't want them to do, whether you like it or not. Also, forgive me, guys, my taro mochi came in. Oh. And I'm, of course, going to have some taro mochi because I'm a weed.
I mean, I trained my dog to be a sentry and an alarm.
Yeah, but you did the training. There's a difference.
So now my dog knows he knows when to wake us up, and he knows when the garbage man comes and the mailman comes. And he also knows how to pick up small packages. He'll try big packages, but he'll just use his head to like bring it over. It's
probably too uncomfortable on his jaws.
Yeah, no. That's why he does like small mail and packages. He actually gets the mail. Like, I'm like, oh, jeez, go get the mail. He goes over to the mailman and gets the mail. He actually hands it over to him and just brings it over to us.
Schnauzers are fetching dogs anyway. They're very intelligent. And this is what I'm talking about, though. See, you took the time to train your dog. A lot of people, they see dogs and they believe their dog is intuitive. They believe their dog, all on its own, has the intuition to do the things they want it to do.
Yeah.
And, well, see, Chaco, people do the same thing with cats. Cats that have bad issues tend to be from owners who give in to a cat's attitude or give in to a cat's issues instead of training the cat. And this is a problem that I have found throughout the years. A lot of people, like I get all the time, oh, your cats are so nice. I didn't know cats could be this nice. How did you not know cats could be this nice? Cats are this nice. Everyone knows, oh, you should own a cat. Cats are vicious. No, you've never known a cat. What that means that you've never known a cat that was raised properly. And I tell people, think about it this way. If you raise a child to believe it never needs to be hugged, never needs to be talked to, all you need for interaction is to feed it and make sure it doesn't die. What kind of kid are you going to have? Are they going to be particularly social?
Interesting. I never, right. I mean, I like cats. I never owned one.
Yeah, but a lot of people who think cats are evil tend to be people that either misinterpret a cat. Like, for instance, all I did was look at the cat and it bit me. Okay, if the cat was, what did we talk about just earlier with Marcia? If a cat is staring at you and you stare back, in a cat's eyes, that's a challenge. You are telling it you don't like it. You are telling it that not only do you not trust it, but that you might kill it if you get the chance. When you stare back, you're giving that silent message. That's why you should never stare directly into a tiger or a lion's eyes. Because guess what? They got the paws to back it up. A lot of people don't realize that cats have very weird nervous systems. And if they sustain any damage, they can start perceiving everything as a threat. My stepgrandma had a golden retriever that he never trained. He was the worst. Golden retrievers get such a... they are overhyped. Those dogs are so inbred. Golden retrievers, if I have met mean golden retrievers. I've met more mean golden retrievers than I've met mean pit bulls. Point blank. I've met more mean Yorkies, Chihuahuas, Rat Terriers, Jack Russell Terriers than I've met mean pit bulls. Now, that's not to say that there can't be a mean pit bull. I have met mean pit bulls. But if you look at all these animals, you absolutely can trace back everything, not to the animal being a malfunctioning animal, but to humans.
Interesting. I like cats. I want to get one when I get my house. That's what I'm doing right now.
You get in the house?
Yeah.
Nice. Where are you gonna move to? Outside the city?
I don't want to tell people because I don't want people following me.
No. Like, I don't mean where. I mean, like, are you moving to a rural area? Are you moving?
Yeah. It would be considered a rural area, yes.
Okay.
Outside of New
Staying
Jersey.
up north or
I'm not gonna go to New Jersey now. I'm not staying in New Jersey.
He said he was moving out of the city, not into hell, guys. Come on.
I'm moving to hell.
Oh.
I mean, hell's a great. I mean, they got great weather this time of year.
Yeah, that lady in the lion enclosure, that's an old video, and apparently she's done it 3 times. She's obsessed with that lion. She last time I heard, she showed up with a bouquet of flowers and a steak for him, and she was dressed in lingerie.
What?
She's obsessed with that lion. That
Wait,
black
wait,
lady
wait.
that keeps breaking into the lion enclosure.
Wait. The lion was wearing lingerie, or she was?
No, she was. She's in love with this lion.
What? Yeah, that's what I said, Mike. I was like, wait, what? yeah, I was like, wait, what?
She crazy. And the thing is, they don't right. They don't put her in jail. They just keep letting her get in, and I'm like, okay.
Well, oh man, these people, man.
Let me see if I can find the photo because I found it once.
I don't even want to look at it.
But,
I just don't even want to look at that.
So when it comes to animals, it's just very much an uphill battle for me because I get very tired of people who are intellectually lazy about animals. Oh, it's just a fucking animal. It's just a... Why are you even in the conversation then? If you have no idea what you're talking about, you know you have no idea what you're talking about, you don't want to know, why even bother entering the conversation? You're just making everyone annoyed. Let me see.
Yeah, no. I don't get it. I don't get why people are that dumb. Remember Harambe?
Oh my god.
Everybody remembers Harambe. Everybody remembers Harambe. Who remembers Harambe?
Here she
Harambe
is.
died for our sins, man. Harambe died too early, man.
Hold on. Let me get this up. I'm going to put it up on screen share.
Oh,
here's where she was.
I gotta see. I wasn't the one who brought up a woman. I wasn't the one who brought up women. It was her, not me. Sorry.
Here's the psycho the first time.
Woman of course it's the Bronx. of course it's the Bronx.
She came in.
Oh wait, I remember this. Yeah, I remember this at the Bronx Zoo. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
Woman is seen climbing over a barrier in the Bronx Zoo lion exhibit. Witnesses exclusively told NBC New York as cell phone video showed her holding roses and tossing money towards the fearsome feline. The incident occurred around 4 p.m. I missed him so much, the woman is saying. The woman whose husband recorded the cell phone footage in the apparent lion liver said, "King, I love you. It came back for you," adding that witnesses the wild stunt were definitely surreal. A spokesperson for the Bronx Zoo said that onlookers alerted staff about the woman, but she was gone by the time they got there. The zoo said she was on the other side of the protective moat, separating the enclosure from the public, and that she was not technically... And that's true. You can see that this psychopath doesn't get beyond the moat. That's what this is right here, because you see the lions right on the edge of the moat.
Well, another thing, too, is... the question I always asked was, why do you have your husband record this stuff? Why isn't your husband being a husband and saying... This is a bad idea, honey. We shouldn't be doing this. No,
I mean, this is the second time she's done it. Clearly, he's okay with it.
No. I see no. Okay, no. Everyone, no. I'm not gonna even. No. You know what? No.
Why is she too easy? Listen.
It's so easy. I would. No. See, but let's see the Blues talks about women. It wasn't me. It wasn't
him. But no, it wasn't me. But the thing is, it's not even just about women, because there's men that jumped, I forget where in China. I'm going to see if I can look that up. Hold on. In China, there were these men that jumped a lion enclosure. Not a lion, a tiger enclosure. Let me see. And... Son of a bitch. There we go. Okay. China. Let me see if I can get that picture. China. Yep, this is it. Now it's blurred out.
I mean.
But he caused the tiger to die. These are all instances of this one right here. See? 1, 2, 3. That man, this is moments before he got murked. He was dead.
Oh.
Here's another one.
The lion killed him.
The tiger. Tiger.
Sorry.
Because here's right before. There's right after.
Well, I mean, it's his fault.
Right. And this is the thing. This is people thinking because they see videos of well, again, before I get demonetized, because they see videos of one of them was in India, but one of them was in China. So there was a couple of them on that Google search. But the thing is, people see viral videos of handlers playing with their animals because they've developed a bond. They go through years of training and bonding to make sure this animal trusts them.
Yeah.
And these people just think like that woman that nearly died because she jumped in the polar bear exhibit.
Mm-hmm.
And they never have any reason. Oh, I just wanted to pet the animal. Shut up.
The animal
doesn't like you.
The animal's protected by the zoo people. That's why they would do that, yeah. That's why they would have them in captivity so that they can take care of them. People are dumb.
I know, people are very dumb.
I just come to the conclusion, people are dumb. Why are we still reproducing?
There are days I wonder, sir. I mean, God took that choice away from me, so...
I understand.
Wasn't the polar bear woman trying to commit suicide? I don't believe she was. As far as I know, she really did just want to see the bear because as soon as the bear bit her, she tried to get away. So maybe you're right, Rachel. I'm not sure. But at the same time, when you try to do that, please don't forget that you are sentencing that animal to death.
Yeah.
Because legally, they have to take the human remains out of the enclosure. What predator is going to give up its kill? So if you got to get the remains, I still believe to this day, because there's been other gorillas in the past that have handled children, and they were tranquilized. Oh. I am so mad about what happened with Harambe because if you hear about the series of events and the woman, she shows up with 9, I think it was like either 5 or 9 kids on one of the most crowded days of the year with a child that was known for doing this. Like, this was not the first time this child had bolted and tried to get into animal pens. Okay. All right. Is this something that will get me demonetized?
What
you sent me?
Oh, no. It's not porn. It's not Pornhub. Okay. It's something that I'm looking at from Anthony Brian Logan did a video on it, and I just found it. It says recognizing and treating obesity as a disease. This is, I mean, oh my god, this is 60 minutes. I don't know if you can play it, but
they'll
come for you. But yeah, definitely watch that. I'm gonna watch it, but
send it to me on Instagram because I will lose it on here once I exit out.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna send it to you on Instagram. Yeah. I find it very interesting. She literally, oh my god, how people. No, I agree with Chris. You know, I've said to people, like, you got to think about the people in which you are having relations with, or you just got to listen to people just for like at least maybe a day or two before you start considering, you know, doing the do with them. Because at the end of the day, how are we at this point where people are literally just saying, oh, what was it? What were they saying? Something about the food pyramid. Something about that. I don't know what they're saying about that. But somebody said that the steak is much more healthier than a piece of celery or something.
I know what you're talking about. I definitely know what you're talking about. Yeah, someone said this. Hold on, let's see. Even non-predators, right? Like people that go in and fuck with bison and elk and then cry when they get gored because they decide to go pose with the bison and the elk. I hate people. But no, you know what? Going into that topic, this is something that I get in trouble for. I have a lot of friends who are single, you know, from past marriages or relationships. Some of them have kids. Mm-hmm. And whenever they enter a new relationship, you know what I tell them? Mm-hmm. You should wait 6 months before you have any relations with them. And I would wait a year before they meet your kids. Mm. And they get very mad at me.
I mean,
Cassie, you don't get how hard that is. And listen, we're talking 1 year of your life with this person. If you want to spend the rest of your life with them, what is 1 year compared to the next 40? We're talking, and the thing is, usually it ends very badly. Sometimes with an extra child that now they're bonded to this person they don't like. There's all these things that go wrong, and I say there is nothing wrong with waiting. It's a wise and natural choice. And I think Allie was talking about it the other day on hers. Because, no, it wasn't Allie. It was Dan. It was Dan from Dangerous Rhetoric. He was talking about it on Twitter. And he has turned a new leaf, and he believes that monogamous sexual relations with one person, no matter if you're gay, straight, bi, whatever, that's what you should do. And I firmly believe that. Because I'm sorry, but especially after all the shit that happened with Tate, that man's nasty. He's a scammer. And and the thing is, he told on himself. That's the funniest part of all. He told on himself. He recorded it.
I'm not saying anything. Everyone's like, well, Red's in your name, so you're going to talk to me about red pill stuff?
No. I'm saying the people that talk about that stuff tend to refer to him because they believe promiscuousness is wonderful. I don't care.
Do you? No, maybe I should. No, I'm not going to demonetize you. But oh my God, I have stories. And I'm just saying to myself, why would you want to do this to yourself?
Right. Why would you
want to put yourself in that position? Like what? It's not glamorous at all.
It's not.
If you really want to find out what that is and you want to experience that, then that's on you. But the consequences outweigh the benefits that you'll get. You'll get short-term benefits. Yeah, that's
right.
Fine.
But the thing is,
again, you will start down a path in which you probably want to just be like, maybe don't take it from me. Everybody wants that, but it's just like, okay, do you really want to go through everything, which, just what it goes? Again, I'm not saying like I'm a born again Christian or anything. I'm not that, but it's just like,
it's not that you're really saying what you're saying is you've been there and you've seen it, and it's not pleasant.
It's not pleasant, no, but it just comes from like what can I say? It comes from a place where I guess like if you haven't solved through something, I guess that's what I can say. If you haven't solved through anything or something in your life, right? Then I can see like people going down that path, but for me it was something different. I think it's just I don't know. It was a curiosity,
I will say this. I do believe that some people boink their way through their emotions, and it's easier to feel important if you're getting tail. Like a lot of fat girls will go, well, I still pull dick. Of course you pull dick because you're available. You are 7-Eleven. You were there. And you weren't fighting. So of course the guy's going to be there and he's going to be like, yes. But that's my thing, guys. It is real fun to say, well, I've had this amazing guy and this good looking guy. But I will tell you from experience, getting there with just one person and finding out together what it's like and enjoying together as one is way better.
Guys, it wasn't me. I didn't talk about relationships. See, hey, everyone loves to talk about. Hey, Red Six Blues are going to talk to us about.
You brought it up first.
Not me. It was going to be you.
About animals. You started bringing it up.
I didn't bring it up. I love the schnauzer talk. I'm loving this schnauzer talk. I love my schnauzer. That's why I love pets. Like I hate people now. I just want, like ever since I didn't tell you, I recently entered the middle class. I recently entered middle class status. So
very nice. How did the change happen? Like
there are things in which I can't really go into, but I can only tell you that it was a
positive change, right?
I can tell you that I got into the entertainment union. So there's that.
That's awesome. It's all a positive change, right?
Right. It's all positive changes. So, again, I'm going to have to pay higher taxes, which again,
Oh my God, that sucks. We dropped a class. My husband made almost 10,000 less than last year. No, 12,000.
Yeah. It happened to me. And it happened to me. And then I recently got back up. And then I'm just like, okay, well, I don't want to I don't want to pay all these taxes because I already owe so much. But I mean, again,
Right.
it is what it is. You know, I kind of you deal with it. You deal with it.
I will say this, it's worth it, but like what I do, now I have a lot of friends who are like, taxes, theft, da 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
And Star is telling us about her and Mr. Star's first experience eating barbecue, right? Yes. It was our first experience eating Korean barbecue. But the thing is, like, I do something that's controversial.
Much as
I pay extra on my taxes. And I don't just pay extra. Like, my husband and I will pay, like, per pay period, $60 to $70 to federal and 30 to 40 to state. Like, we pay extra.
Shit.
So that way, if anything goes wrong
Yeah.
during tax returns, we got a little bit of a cushion. And see, this year, I have paid 0 taxes. Every bit of income I got from Patreon, from YouTube, from No System was all non-tax. So I have to rely on the tax write-offs I'm going to get, the computer I'm streaming from, the desk chair, all the different equipment I've bought, the art stuff I've bought.
Right.
I
gotta make some tax returns. I didn't do it just yet.
I
gotta get a new
yet.
computer too, man. I want to use Restream IO, but I also want to use Streamlabs. I want to because I want to move out of StreamYard. I hate I like StreamYard. It's easy, but now I want something that's more reliable,
And see, Bublito and I got in an argument on this stream last week because he wanted me to use OBS, and I'm like, why? He's like, you get all this for free. I'm like, thank you. Like, I hear nothing. It crashes all the time. It has all these issues. It doesn't allow you to have on multiple people like this does. And Bublito was like trying to sell me. I'm like, you are not a good salesman. I said it to him. I love Bublito to death.
Streamlabs and StreamYard is awesome. I would do that. But yeah, I mean, going back to the taxes, because tax season's here. I'm getting all my taxes, my tax forms back, and I withheld a lot of money. Hopefully, I won't owe anything this year to the IRS, but I'm not. I'm pretty much gonna owe something to the IRS.
I will tell you right now, I don't have high hopes. I would love if I don't owe a lot this year. We'll see.
Well, I get $20 in a refund. What the hell is that? You might as well just take me to Burger King at that point.
How much of a slap in the face is that when, like, at the end? Oh, because I think one year we started out like, because Matt and I used to get like $4,000 or $5,000 a year between the two of us before we moved to North Carolina, and then for years we didn't get a single tax return. Like, we were because the way my bosses lied to me when I first moved here, they said I had to claim him, right? They said, oh, when you're married, you have to claim your husband. I was like, why? And they were like, you have to do it. It's the taxes. And I didn't know any better. I was like, okay. And it turns out I did not have to claim him. So for 2 years, it was so painful, bro. And so, whatchamacallit? So we ended up owing every year, and it was painful, and it screwed us over. And when I finally became tax-free, like, that was one year we didn't realize we had accidentally gone tax-free. That was something we didn't need to do. His job asked us if we wanted to, and we said no. But when they made a changeover, they ended up doing it anyway without our permission.
Yeah.
And we were like, wow, your paycheck is so big this year. And then we found out why.
Yeah. Yeah, I always withhold. I always withhold. I'm like 150, 200 to withhold because I don't want nothing.
Right, I always do it. I always do
$7. Yeah, that's how much I got back from the state of New Jersey. I got at least 100 back from New York and $20 from Connecticut. I'm like, I work this much.
Just take your fucking money and leave.
Just take me to Burger King, why don't you? Just take me to Burger King. Come on. I'd rather you just say, hey, let's go to Burger King. Because that's how much your refund is.
I do 0 exemptions, Linda, plus I let them take extra money.
Okay. No, that actually sounds like a good idea. But I mean, again, yeah. But see, I like talking about this stuff. This is hey. Everyone likes to say I'd like to talk about women. No, I like talking about this stuff. See.
But here's what I will tell you: like, a lot of people, like, this year, were you on the stream earlier when I was talking about this shit? Hold on. Let me show you. So I brought up all this. because Michelle McDaniel was talking about New Year's goals, and everyone always says weight loss, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But we set up New Year's goals that had nothing to do with weight and everything to do with like a positive impact on our daily lives and on our future. So like,
No, that seems like a good idea.
yeah, we set a wants. So these are our wants. These are the goals we have to attain. And these are the needs the house needs and that we can hopefully attain by the end of 2023.
Right, yeah.
I wouldn't prefer no taxes for only one reason, Moon, because I do believe in some ways you do need some taxes. I know a lot of my friends are like, oh, well, taxation is theft. I do believe you need some. You got to run your country. Where the hell is the money going to come from? Like, it's got to come from somewhere. Your country's got to get run. But like, we broke it down with, we know that we want to get a year subscription of Sakuraku and Baksu because we want to get all the specialty stuff from it. We want to buy all that. These cost total 800. So we know that's a large thing that maybe we can get.
Yeah.
My husband wants a new gaming headset. And my husband he wants new work boots. He can technically work with the ones he's got, but he wants new ones. Okay?
Shit. I got what size is he?
11 and a half.
Oh, he's my size. Yeah, I might have
Do you steel toes?
Okay, so here's the funny part. During the pandemic, I bought like 3 pairs of work boots, and I went through I think one pair because I usually wear my one pair to work because I do stagehand work. But I mean, if I can find, I think it's in my storage unit.
If you got them, let me know your price. I'll pay you for it.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Send me because that'll be that eliminates $200 I gotta spend this year. So thank you.
Yeah. I'll make sure if they're 11 and a half too, because they're the
He's got long feet. They're thin, but they're long.
Steel toes. I get the steel toes because I've been working with steel and all that shit. So steel toes. Steel toes are the.
I'll make sure to send you because if they're the style that he don't because you work. Everyone's got their style they gotta wear. So I'll let you know. But that's yes. I love this.
Yeah. I got you on that. Because I when it comes to what does he do for work?
He does warehouse work. He's a Lyft driver.
Okay, yeah, you're gonna need steel toe boots. I know that because I do forklift and all that shit. Everyone thinks that I just do podcasting. No, I do.
No, listen, this man works hard. But if you go on his Instagram, you can see. No, I knew you did, and that's what I'm saying. Like, but it's like with him, he needs them because that man, I don't know how a man who weighs as little as he does and who barely moves outside of work, he destroys everything he wears. It holds appear out of nowhere.
It's easy. Yeah, it's easy for me. It's easy because when I'm in the shop and I'm working on I'm working on a project, people, like this time I ripped my shirt because I was working on something for Jameson, the beer company, and we were working on a real big ass barrel. So what I had to do was go inside the barrel and sand the whole thing down so they can be finished, so it can be wood painted.
You probably caught on a screw or something and like some kind of sharp metal.
I caught on a screw. My shirt ripped.
Yep,
my shirt ripped. Like they gave me a shirt. No, they gave me a shirt, and I ripped it the first day. And they were just like, "How the hell did you rip a shirt the first day?" I was like, "I had to get inside the barrel."
Right, and see the thing is that makes sense. How he get holes in his clothing when he just laying down at home? See, because before he used to work for a market before that. The same shit would happen. Holes would appear in his stuff, and he would just work at the customer service desk. I was like, "Babe, how you do this? How did you do this?"
That's why my shit don't last.
I started my New Year's resolution back in June last year. Still trying.
Yeah. Jameson does whiskey, and they also do beer. Yeah. Well, what was funny about that was my first ever project, and I had to do a barrel, and then they put me on their painting. So I had to paint the set of the Jameson, like it was like a Jameson set, right? Because the premise of the install was that it was like a bar type setting. So
Mhm.
we had to make like it was like this shit was like a couple months ago, but it was like an 8 foot tall barrel made out of plywood, and it was just man. I went in there, I was like shit, man. Came home, had my shirt ripped and all that, but I have their hoodie. I have my jobs hoodie. I love the job because we did Jameson, we did like a off Broadway thing, we did something for the Met. Um, we did what did we do? We were doing something for AmeriHealth, and I believe this year we're supposed to do something for a few other big places, a few big clients. But yeah, the season didn't start up just yet, so
Well, that's
everybody's putting in their bids. This time around, like January, February, a lot of shops put in their bids,
yeah.
and
See, that's
yeah.
stuff that I'm not aware of, but that's because it's like. But I thought you guys would all laugh at this. So I just got an alert from Amazon that all of my stuff got delivered. But like I said, I still have a mochi missing. Apparently, I don't. That's the last mochi. I just checked. It took a picture. This is my ube mochi. How? This ain't even a food. I just want to know what female will wear this. Where are you gonna put the titties?
You don't.
I just had to bring that up. No, and again, it's a matter of like, my man just destroys everything. Like the only clothing that I get that gets destroyed is one of two ways. Either my thighs destroy my pants, or Orion puts holes in my shirts. That's how my clothing gets destroyed. I usually either get too fat or it just I wear it down to death. But so that's what me. But yeah, going off on this stuff. So, we start off with the wants, so that way we know that if we get any extra money, we go to here. These are the goals. These are things we have to do because we want to go on a cruise in 2024, right?
Okay.
So we need our real IDs, so that way we can go on said cruise.
You got your passport?
Huh?
You got your passport?
No, we're gonna get the passports too because the cruise is until 2024. So our goal is, as soon as money balances out, we're gonna start the process for passports.
All right.
We are going to try to end up at the end of 2023. The bare minimum we want in savings is $1,500. Now, I have in the past, but that is too small for Orion, Linda. That might fit Greta, and I might put Greta in it just because for the lulz. Amazon, what are you doing? Right? And I just tried to tell them, hey, it's not accurate. This item's not available for return. Fucking A. But anyways, and then I looked over all our household needs. These are things that are non-negotiable.
Right.
We have to get these done. We've got to replace our toilet, our wax ring, and our flange.
Right.
We have to fix all of the sink fixtures.
Right.
We have to get a new hose spigot.
Mm-hmm.
We have to get the roof inspected.
Right.
We have to get the chicken coop completely repaired and up.
Right.
We got to get my Passat repaired.
Right.
And we got to fix the sliding door fully because it's kind of fucked up. Here's the thing. This right here, so this alone, we're talking about $300.
Yeah.
A couple $100 here. $50 here.
Right.
God knows I've never gotten a roof inspected. A couple of $100 here.
Yeah, you need
$700
that done.
here.
I would put the roof on high priority.
Well, the problem is we rent to own the property, and I do not want to do anything that would damage, because Jamie and I are close friends.
Okay.
I do not want to get any inspection done that would go against her when I buy the house.
I see.
So that's where I'm like, I'm very weird about what I can do in the house right now. Okay. But it's just like, so most of this I can do without any issue. The problem is we had to get a car, which really fucked us up. Like if we hadn't had to buy the car earlier in the year, it wouldn't have been so bad. later in the year, rather, in 2022, we had to buy a car that we really were not prepared to buy.
Right. Yeah.
And if wishes were fishes, I said to my husband, because at the time I was very stubborn, I wanted us to go for our wedding anniversary. We never do vacations. We always do, whenever we do vacations, we end up doing them so that way other people can see us. It's always for everybody else.
Right.
Well, this was purely for us. This was no one else involved. We're going by ourselves, and it was for something my husband requested.
Mm-hmm.
So I was very stubborn. I did not want to give it up. And at the time, everything was still balanced out, money-wise, job-wise.
Mm-hmm.
Hindsight 2020, we shouldn't have gone.
Right. Yeah.
And it was my fault because my husband said we should cancel.
Mm-hmm.
And I dug in my heels. Yeah. Even though he was right, and we could have recouped all our losses. And especially finding out afterwards that the thing we were going to go to see got canceled anyways, and we never even got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Hindsight 2020, he was 100% right, and I was wrong. And thank God he's at work and can't hear this. But but the problem is that if wishes were fishes. So my stubbornness is one of the few times it's really gotten us in a worse off instead of a better situation. Well, that's too late now. Now we just have to settle what we got. And so I'm going to deal with the consequences as best we can. And thankfully, now that I'm going to be working with my friend Jasmine, who is a very fair boss. She's technically already been my boss for a while.
Right.
Because I was working on her social media for her restaurant. And whenever she needed volunteers for work or anything, she'd just reach out and I'd be like, okay, I'm there. So now I'm just an official paid for taxable employee, which it works out better in the end. Mm-hmm. So is it, I just like unwrapping packages once I get them. Don't mind me. Is it ideal? No, but I do believe that by doing this, in the end, it's going to work out far better for me. Mm-hmm. Okay. Is it? Should I be hearing that in the...
What? Be stretching?
It's rattling.
What is that?
It's the thing for the HDMI splitter. Should I be hearing rattling, guys?
I mean, I wouldn't worry about it too much as long as it works.
Okay.
Don't worry about it too much.
I'll take your word for it. Yeah, my husband, when he gets home, he's helping me set this up. Because this is how I'm going to get to use my drawing tablet. And so next week, we'll get some digital stuff done. But yeah, it's really nice that my friend's restaurant works out so well because on prep days, which is today, I don't have to go in till I'm ready because prep day is all day.
Right, yeah.
So I get to sit here and do my stream, and then once I'm done and I'm ready, I can head over. I help her prep for 6 hours. She said it's roughly 6 hours I'm going to need you for. No problem. And then I am a waitress for the rest of the week. And the best part is she understands that I have knee problems and I'm trying to work myself back up to being more fit. So she's already like, you are going to sit when you need to. You understand me, right? And I was like, she said, I didn't ask you. I was telling you, you are going to sit when you need to. Yes, ma'am. So Jasmine's a good friend. Mm-hmm. And she's a caring friend. And again, like I said, I've been her employee, especially during high stress times. Like, so we have a festival here. Mm-hmm. And last year during the festival, she had me as her right-hand man. I'd only know her for a few weeks at the time. And pretty much she was telling everybody, I don't know, go ask Cassandra. Huh? What? And I was like, so I had to direct everybody while she was running around doing the cooking. And so it was a bit of a high-stress situation, and it was in the middle of it all. It started downpouring, which was kind of funny. Right. And I had to use my Rhode Island voice a lot, which pissed off some people. And by Rhode Island voice, I mean I had to be loud as fuck.
Hmm.
But it was like, very fun. Let me see. Is that a yes? It's a scythe. This is Helga.
That's interesting.
She's the death doctor.
Why is it every time that I have money, I want to buy this thing and I never get to?
Well, what's the thing you want to buy?
I want to buy a new bass guitar.
All right. Is your old bass really bad?
No, my old bass is all right. I'm just putting it to retirement.
I mean, here's how I balance it out. Is what you're buying, if you buy it now, could it potentially put you in a bad situation?
No.
Do you have enough money to get it and not even worry about spending that amount of money?
I do, but then yet again, I'm just like, not yet.
Yeah, but I'm not done yet.
Okay.
If you get it, are you going to use it immediately?
Of course I am.
Are you going to use it almost daily? Almost. Not every day, but like almost.
Not every day.
Okay.
Well, when I gig and all that stuff, yeah.
Right. And the last question is it going to help alleviate your stress?
Yeah. Well, I mean, playing bass, yeah.
Then get it.
Okay.
If you're not going to financially put yourself in a bad situation, if it's going to help alleviate you with all the work that you do, I don't understand why you wouldn't. Hi, babe. You want to come see what I got in the mail? Oh, it's super cool. Close your eyes. Come here.
Yeah.
Come follow the sound of my voice.
Yeah, I've been wanting this bass for a really long time, man. And I'm getting back into the punk scene, so I'm putting my old bass in commission, not to commission, but just retirement, because I love my bass. I love my Stingray that I got. I got my Music Man Stingray, but I'm just so you get to the point where you're just like, I need something new. Like, I just need something.
It's a tool, and you want a new one. I mean, my husband plays bass. Yeah, but you like my mochi, babe? Yeah, that's what they sent me instead.
It said your name on the package.
It said my name. It's on the stove. Go look.
I hope you sent them a message.
I can't return it.
Why not?
I don't know. I guess because it's from China or something. I'm going to try to put it on Greta later, see if it fits her.
Well, you should message them saying you didn't get what you wanted.
I know, but I'm just saying. Everyone's saying hi to you, by the way, babe.
Hi.
But, oh, hey, you. Didi Mao. Red might have a pair of steel toes for you. In a storage unit.
Okay.
What, is there anything I know you a picky bitch, so answer me now. Is there anything about these steel toes that you'd be like, nah, I don't want them? Reminding you, this is a friend doing us a favor.
If they are like neon green with flower patterns.
I want you to hold to that. If there's anything else about it, I don't want to hear a single word. You got me? You heard the man, right, Red?
Yeah, I heard him.
He said as long as it's not neon green with flowers.
No, they're Skechers steel toes. They're black and they look like Skechers.
If you could get that and the rest of the stuff in the dishwasher and run it because it's nasty. That sounds perfect then. My husband's a very finicky man. So I always I've got recorded proof. Exactly, Chaco. That's why I said it. Chaco, I want you use your powers for good. I want that clipped. I want that moment clipped. Put it in the Discord. I'ma save it. Just in case. But whatchamacallit it? So yeah, if you find them, Red, just let me know. Let me know how much you want for them, and we got it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be too stiff on the price.
Yeah, I mean,
I can afford to sell some stuff in my storage unit.
I had a storage unit and I loved it, but at the same time, I was always terrified because, so when I went to my storage unit, this was a couple of years ago, I realized very quickly that many other people could have roaches in there, and it did not occur to me until I was there, and I caught whiffs of smells from the other units, and I was like, "This isn't good."
Yeah, no, my unit's clean. My unit, they I mean, one person who lives on like somebody lives on like the 4th floor of it, and I know who they are. And it's just, I just make sure that my unit's good, it's locked, and I put like, bug traps and all that stuff in there. So,
Oh yeah, I know. I'm talking about myself because like where I live, see,
oh
that's the one thing that let me tell you something. Something I found out living in the South. The roach season.
yeah.
And the fact that it's real. That to begin with freaked me out, right? Because I didn't know that there was a season for roaches here.
It's interesting.
And yeah, right, nasty. And when I came here, so many people are just not, they're not good at keeping them away. And that was something that just, when I was at that store, when I was at the storage unit building, and I saw some of the people coming in red, let me tell you something. Some of these people, I swear to God, they were living out of the storage units. They even had a sign on there, you cannot live, or no one is allowed to reside in your storage unit. And I was like, it's really sad that this is a note you got to put on the wall. Hey guys, you can't live here.
Yeah,
and that was something that
I mean, yeah, I don't, I'm cool. I don't live in my storage unit, but if need be, I got all my video games in there and all that shit.
Right.
I could just hook myself up. But nah, I again, right now I'm in the transition period right now, so all I got time to do during the weekends is live stream and put out videos, and then during the weekdays, if need, like right now, I have a day off. Tomorrow I'll be working until Sunday, so yeah, and I'll be doing a lot of shit. So yeah, there's that.
I don't blame you. Like for me, because now I know for sure I have a job. Last night I recorded 8 videos.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do.
I normally only do 2 to 5 at a time, but last night I was like, nope, I'm gonna get it done. So by the way, guys, for like the next 2 months, I'm gonna be wearing the exact same outfit in every video. And it's my giant star, hoodie.
I mean, I wear black shirts all the time. Everyone's like, "Do you wear the same shirt?" I'm like, "No." If you pay attention, I do not wear the same shirt every day.
People don't pay attention to that shit, man. That requires too much work.
People pay attention to my locks, which is very interesting.
Right? Here's my thing. Do you know how people still like they'll find my videos and they'll be like, "Oh, you're such a Karen. Oh no, a blue hair." And I'm like, "Bro, in the video you're watching, I'm talking about being a Trump supporter or a Republican, and you're still calling me a psycho leftist blue hair. What?"
People don't do that. People don't do that.
People just. I've been getting, you know what I've been getting in a lot of fights lately? It's hilarious. A lot of people be finding my TikTok and getting very mad that now I'm a fat person talking out about the popo. Like, I'm not joking. I've had a lot of people getting mad at me saying, "Who are you to talk about this?" Another person died the other day. Did you hear about that? I know Jamie Lopez died, but do you know that Waffle69 died? He was a dude that tested food.
Oh.
And he, like, you've probably seen him and don't realize it. I didn't realize I'd seen him either until I saw the video, because I'd actually used him in a couple of videos. Very nice guy, died of a heart attack. You know, you got a lot of people sitting there like that wonderful creature, Lexi Nimmo, pretending that science doesn't exist on, Dr. Phil. It's just stuff like this where people are getting very mad at me because I'm speaking out. Somebody tried to roast me for eating just crack an egg. Oh, it's got so many chemicals in it. I literally looked up the chemicals. The extra chemicals were sodium for preservatives. That was it. The rest of the ingredients were onions, potatoes, bacon, and cheese.
That's interesting.
And I'm like, did you? God.
Oh, people gotta read the back.
A lot of videos. Huh?
People gotta read the back of the box.
Right. Like, they were like, "Oh, it's so full of chemicals." I'm like, it's not. I can't eat this. Like, whenever I see anything like the biscuit bites or shit like that, you can already see, all right, boring, unedited clip sent. Thank you. She always wants to troll. I appreciate you not trolling. Wow, all I had to do was fix her eyes in this one to make this one better. Thank God I at least did something right on the rest of it. Because I tripped up last week, guys. I was having such a hard time. Look at that. This is a clear sign of your mental state making your artwork better. My mental state was a mess last week. And now look at me this week. I got 2 pieces done. Your girl's back on track. Now I've actually something to post this year for the old Instagrams. The only other thing I might do this year that I haven't done, see, because like, all right, so yesterday I was talking to Gothics guys, and she was saying I should change my videos. Now you're my core audience, and Red, you watch a fair portion of my videos. I do see you, liking and commenting. Mm-hmm. Do you guys think my videos are too long?
Depends on what you mean by long.
Well, I mean, when you watch them, is it like, oh my God, this is so long, I'm bored. I want to turn it off.
I mean, I watch a good portion of it. I will say that. I mean, long, it depends on, like, for me, okay, so I'll use me as an example as a complete narcissist. So I make my shit at least 5, 7, 10 minutes tops. My uploads are usually like that long because I know people's short attention spans, all right, because everyone got one. That's why the shorts and that's why TikTok is, doing the way
so
that
well.
It's doing. Because people got short attention spans. For me, I do at least 8. My videos are in the single digit route because I know people are not gonna sit there and watch a whole 10-20 minute video unless you are very entertaining with it.
Well, do you think I'm entertaining with what I do? Like, do you think it's because I lose Gothics pretty easy sometimes when I go on and on, but she also will tune me out just because she just doesn't enjoy that, and like that's her. And so I don't know if I'm doing that to others without realizing it. For me, it depends on my mood. I'm reading the comments while I'm saying that. So that's why I'm trying to figure out, is this a matter of, am I talking? Because I have a natural, I talk a lot. Right. So when I started doing longer videos, they did really well. But I was going with Gothic. So a lot of you know that Leon likes to roast me about saying I am shadow banned. Mm-hmm. Let me show you something. So you guys see right here, right? Mm-hmm. See this very natural up and down, okay? Right. This is when my videos first started getting popular. Very natural, 20, it's a week. And this was because from November to here, I was getting a very natural uptick in growth. So let's see. Let's actually edit it to a little bit more. So custom from, we'll say, 11/20/21. Okay. So you see this very natural difference in growth, right?
Right.
See this sharp decline over the course of a day.
Right.
And then it like drastically drops over the course of only a couple of days. Mm-hmm. And then we only get one spike, deadline, a couple of tiny spikes, and then one giant spike, and then down again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it depends on how long you. I mean, it depends on the algorithm too. Like if the algorithm picks it up.
Right. But this is right before I started saying I feel like I might have been shadow banned, because this is when I was earning 1,000 followers a week, 1,000 followers a week, and then I went down to almost nothing. Mm-hmm. Like it was a matter of a day to a day. Mm-hmm. Then this is February when I worked with Leon. We made our video together, and then I stayed low after that. Right. Mm-hmm. Worked with Michelle. Got featured on Michelle's video.
Yeah.
And then right back down. Mm-hmm. So to me, this isn't a natural thing. To stay this flat line when I've had some videos in this time frame make 12, 11, and 14,000 views, This doesn't make any sense to me.
My algorithm makes no sense to me either, man. Like I
Right.
can show you my algorithm. So I'm currently standing at what 7,068 subscribers. Like literally, it just paused at 7,060, went straight back up to almost about 7,070. My views are ranging from like a few hundred to a few thousand, and now that I'm adding the shorts in there, it's starting to get up to 1,000. Like almost across the board. I think it was a year ago I reached a video that was what 75,000 views, and it still stands at 75,000. Now I guess it's just the algorithm, and I really don't pay attention to it. But mainly, what I've been finding out about my content is that I make videos every day. If I take a break, I take a break for like maybe a day or two. But my videos usually do terrible first few hours. Then next day it does like 5. It goes into like the top 5. And I'm just like, how the fuck does that work? So it's usually the algorithm. And honestly, like the what they're doing now with this whole like you can't curse and everything. I'm like, well, that's not me in half of my videos, but half of my videos get demonetized, and usually but now all of them are now in the green, like every single one of them except for like 1 or 2 that are not in the green.
Most of my videos that get demonetized usually because I have some kind of licensed stuff on it. I'm pretty good about not getting demonetized, and that's one of the reasons why I have now lengthened my intro. And I've always done the beginning because I know that just me starting off the video is not a good enough hook. So I always at the beginning, I know it's a Yiddish wedding song, but I start off the song to show the clownery that's happening, right? And I usually showcase the video in reference so you understand what you're seeing as you get into the video. And
I don't do my intro anymore. I found out that people like the video games and commercials and TV shows that I put on the intro. That's my intro. And then I just cut to the thing in which we're going to talk about. Well, I did it. Well, I found the inspiration for doing it because it's just like instant. Everyone likes to say, "Oh, you play video games and all that other stuff." Okay, so I'm gonna be playing video games while I do this video for you, and then I'm just like people ask me all the time, "Why do you put video games and commercials and all that other stuff?" I was like, first off, you're nostalgic. I know that's what you are, because a lot of my guys like to talk about nostalgia, like the good old days. So I put all those like good old days commercials like from back in the day from Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, and all that stuff because I know it brings people in. I put the video games in there because I know it brings people in. I know my audience that well enough.
Right.
And then we talk about the coonery.
A lot of folks like my sprite at the very beginning because all I do is I play like about 8 to 15 seconds of The Entertainer by Scott Joplin. And it's in an 8-bit format. And I just tell everyone, hey, don't forget to check in after the video, like, comment, subscribe. And a lot of people like it because I did a very rudimentary animation. And then I just play out the rest of the song so that way it's there. And it gives me that extra space at the beginning of the video. And then I start, whatchamacallit, I start the actual, context. So, might be a video of Tess Holiday, might be a video of somebody complaining on TikTok, might be a video explaining the situation or like a doctor's situation. So that way, I don't have to have a lot of clips in between. I do a lot of interesting edits to try to make sure that I'm not just sitting there staring at the camera, but you're getting like an interesting back and forth that keeps your brain up. I added background music, so it's not a lot of dead silence, because I find dead silence was really turning people off, but I don't know if the background music was a good or bad choice. I might skip out on some of it. Some of the topics I didn't have to pontificate on, and so I purposely did it with me. Like last night, me recording, I very purposely did not re-watch the videos. I purposely did them just based off of the key points I remember, because I didn't want to get myself too fired up. Just because some of them you don't need to pontificate. It's a very simple, straightforward choice. You shouldn't do A, B, and C. It's rude. You shouldn't act like this because it's not right. But that's all there is to it. When I did, because I got an advice from someone to start uploading more. So I tested it out in December and it backfired. YouTube was not happy. It messed up my algorithm more. So by the way, hi Silvar. And it's not interviewing, it's just Red Sings the Blues. He said he wanted to come on and chat, and I was like, okay. So
I'm the one
whatchamacallit-
that interviews people.
Yeah, he interviews people.
I interview people. By the way, I might get SFO. I might get Short Fat Otaku. It depends if I can get him on time.
Who?
Short Fat Otaku. You don't know who he is?
I know of him.
You know of him.
I've heard that name.
All right.
And listen, here's the problem. Like, I just don't pay attention half the time, and that's a problem. I really don't. I focus on the few things that I can. And sorry, I just got distracted again. Someone sent me a message. What the fuck? I just don't pay attention enough. I can't.
It's okay. Yeah,
It's so much to take in with all the shit going on with the Bopo and everything. Because like Lexi Nimmo, like I said, was just on Dr. Phil. Now Tess Holidays is promoting intuitive eating, even though that literally promotes a a bad eating habit. It's the whole thing. You claim you're anorexic, but you're promoting a different form of like eating disorder. Okay, go ahead, go off with your bad self.
No, sure, I did hear about that. When was she on the Today Show again?
Tess, a couple of months ago, I think. She's always getting on there, but she was doing this on her actual TikTok too. Ooh. Like I did a video about that last night. Like there's a bunch of ones coming out, and I'm trying to decide which one I'm gonna review or release this week. But yeah, it's just a matter of the girl's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, have you decided that we're not drawing anymore, sir? Is that what this is?
Me? You're talking to me about that?
This, sir. Wrong black guy. This black guy. What? What handsome boy.
Oh, the cat. Oh, I see the cat.
Yep. Yeah, when he doesn't like that I'm not paying attention to him, he'll decide suddenly that, you know what, nope. It's time that you pet me, mother. So here I am, petting him.
Is he a Bombay or just a black cat?
I wish he was a Bombay because his eyes would be more orange. No, he's a black cat, but I will tell you this. He is the biggest pain in the ass you'll ever meet.
I mean, black cats are cool.
I didn't say he wasn't cool. I was saying he's pain in the ass.
I mean, they're friendly.
Oh, he's a very friendly cat, as you can see. Axel is a very loving cat, but he's also a bully. Like, he causes a lot of the fights in the household. He causes a lot of drama.
That means he's probably bored.
No, it's a matter of... So, the problem is with a male cat, he was a Tom for 3 years. Almost 3 years. So, a lot of that Tom energy is going to be in him even after you fix it. That's why I tell people, fix your males early. If you don't, a lot of the Tom instincts remain in them. The cats, the reason why he causes problems is because he sometimes does the territorial fighting that is supposed to be out of him. And a lot of times he's trying to mate with the females because that's what a Tom does in their territory.
Right.
And so that's what he's trying to do. He used to really bad when he was younger. He would try to get out all the time. And so the problem is that you get a lot of those instincts and it's very hard for them to break. Because otherwise, like, he loves laying down. He gets tired very easy. But I will say that that's where Sinbad has been fantastic for him. Because Sinbad is very tolerant. And he lets Axel beat him up and doesn't care. As a matter of fact, I watched Axel accidentally almost choke Sinbad. And he didn't mean to. Because Axel, he'll bite right here. And he'll bite really hard. Well, Sinbad's got a smaller throat than him. And so Axel, you could see, was cutting off air. And I physically watched Sinbad gag. And I was like, okay, no, you need to let go. And Sinbad just sat there. He got his breath back. And it was like, okay, let's play again. And I was like, shit. Well, this is the boy for you. So they are best friends every night when Sinbad comes out. The first one he goes to is Axel. He nuzzles him. He rubs all up on him. They play and they have a blast. And he is starting to get a little better towards Hendrix as a result. He was great friends with Hendrix at first, but very quickly, because Hendrix has a little bit of anxiety in him, and because Hendrix went after Penny one too many times. Best thing about cats on YouTube is I can watch them without sneezing. He went after Penny one too many times, so Axel changed from liking Hendrix to attacking him. And when it started happening with Sinbad, I had to fix that because I did not want Sinbad's attitude to change because of Axel. Because Axel's relentless. Once he decides he wants something, he doesn't let it go. And he's a very strong cat. Like, he's a muscular boy. So, but you my little pain in the ass. As you can see, he is a mama's boy.
Yeah.
He doesn't allow me. Like, once he's decided he wants the pets, Axel won't stop until he is on your chest and demanding them. And then when he gets frustrated, he will get off of you and he'll redirect his rage.
That's interesting.
So, yeah. Cats are an interesting thing. Especially, again, like I said, with toms. Like, when a cat is a tom, it's just not good. I always tell them, get your toms fixed. It's far better for you.
Interesting.
So now you get to see my cat just have a blast getting. Yeah, he's a pampered prince. He is. They all love this. You guys all promote me spoiling this damn cat. You're bad for this. I blame all of you. As it should be. Hush, Silvar.
Wow.
What is
the
it?
cat?
He's a good boy. He's just a bad good boy. He beats up the dogs too. Like, Greta will cuddle with him, but he gets frustrated she doesn't play. So he'll bite her ears or her face. But then when he tries to step up to Orion, he forgets that Orion, like, is almost triple the weight of Greta. So then when he roughhouses with him and Orion just, like, nibbles back, he gets pissed. He doesn't like when he's not the one on top. Axel likes being the biggest and the baddest.
You gotta love
and when
house
he's
pets.
not, he gets an attitude.
You gotta love house pets. He's enjoying it. The stream just turned into a cat stream.
This happens almost every stream. Somebody climbs up and takes over. It's either usually Penny or Zorro or Axel.
Well, that's the beauty of the stream, isn't it? Did you do at least 30 to 40 minutes of just drawing, and then you start chatting about a topic, somebody joins it, and then a random comes up?
I got enough of them. It's a matter of depending on the day, because sometimes, like, I'll just be like, nah, I'm just gonna draw the whole way through, and I usually do, like, I start from start to finish. But it's been a little tumultuous the last few months, and another reason why Axel, because, like, when my mom died, Axel and Orion were, like, my biggest supporters. Axel got much more in the habit of doing this after she passed away, because I would just,
Right.
if you ever lost someone that close, you kind of go into a depressive state, and at the time, I would get left alone. Yeah, I would get left alone, and so when I was by myself, him and Orion would they would kind of, like, tackle me and aggressively love me, because, like, so Axel does this, but he does it to, like, my chest when I'm not at the desk. See, this way he can do it without having to worry about falling off of me. So he loves this right now. But if I was in a chair, he does this to my chest, and he, like, doesn't allow me to put him down. He just keeps getting back up. With Orion, what Orion does, if he sees me crying, he very aggressively licks my face.
Oh.
Like almost punching me, licking my face, and then wagging his tail and snuffling, because he knows it makes me laugh. And they've actually proven that. Dogs will repeat activities that they know make you laugh because they understand that laughter is a good thing. So, fun facts.
That's interesting.
Don't glare at me. You got fur everywhere, sir.
Well, Star, it was nice talking to you. I had to jump on. I got some stuff to do. I got some content to make. I will be on tonight talking about the fucking whatchamacallit, Steven Crowder shit.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That
yeah, we gonna talk about it. We got to talk about it. Sorry.
here's what I will tell you. I still retain, and this is maybe a wrong opinion. I don't care. I don't believe that technically either side was wrong in this sense of this. Daily Wire has always been corporate, all about business.
Right.
I am not surprised at them continuing to be corporate, all about business.
Well, of
Do
course.
I think it was a little shitty to send him that contract? Yes. I also don't believe that Steven was wrong. I think both sides assumed the other would just toe their own line. Now, after watching last night, I do believe Steven is a little more in the right. But at the end of the day, I'm not surprised. I wasn't surprised. Am I a little sad? Yes. And I still hold the idea that this should not tear the Republican Party apart. This should not tear the conservative movement apart. And at the end of the day, they are two very loud, powerful voices, and they need to squash this, and soon. Come together with a positive resolution for everybody to make a better. That's my idea. Because the thing is,
well, the thing is, and I can already see this coming because I saw it last night. Yeah, Candace Owens is about to really just start bitching herself out of the Republican Party.
after what did you not see when Nicole Arbor dropped 2 days ago?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
So saying like, I don't know, Candace has always been this way. It just was never that public. Like that's the thing. Like people are like, oh well, she was never a Democrat. She's always just been a Karen. I'm like, no, you don't know her as Red Pill Black. But she was this mean when she was Red Pill Black.
Bro, you remember when everybody to forget about that? You remember Gamergate? She was around when she was the one that made Social Autopsy. I want people to remember that.
Yeah, and the thing is,
when I bring that up, what's that? Gamergate? What's that?
Right, but here's my thing, right? So countering that, okay, she has since gotten rid of it and apologized, right? Aren't we, by bringing it up, doing exactly like posthumously canceling someone for something they did in the past?
I'm not saying cancel the woman. I'm just saying, just move with great concern.
Grain of salt, and all of it should be grain of salt. Because the thing is, at the end of the day, Steven wasn't 100% innocent in some of this, because I do believe that there could have been somewhat better ways to handle this. However, that being said, I understand where he's coming from, and I still submitted an email to be one of his creators. Because I know he doesn't want to make a platform, but it seems to be edging that way.
At this point, you might as well. Well, you might as well start doing it. Because the problem is with everybody doing Rumble now. Is Rumble? I mean, I'm on Locals, but
well, Rumble doesn't have the same efficiency that Locals does. Also, Social Autopsy, regrettably, was a website that you could dox people on. And
yeah, it was Triologic and Candace. It was used on Triologic a lot because Candace Owens did not like Tree of Logic.
I remember Tree of Logic. She's still around now.
Yeah, she's still around.
I'm not shocked because I see it happen with normal YouTubers as well. Right, that's my thing. Everyone's acting like this. Working with Gothics, I peeked behind the scenes on a lot of different stuff. And also because if you've ever owned a business, if you've known business owners, if you know anything about business and corporations, you will know, if you ever worked in commissions or any kind of corporation for more than a year, guys, none of this should be shocking to you. If you've ever gone to a single rally for your company, none of this should be shocking to you. Predatory, and I'm not saying it's right, but predatory contracts are business standard. The company worries about one thing, the company. That's first and foremost. And the only time that the company cares is if it affects their optics. Otherwise, the company cares about itself first. That's how companies are able to come up in the world. I'm not saying it's fair. I'm not saying it's right. And I'm not saying that it shouldn't be changed in some way. But I am shocked that Steven was a little naive to that. Because if there's one thing you look at the Blaze and the Daily Wire, just visually right off the bat, you can see the Blaze is more like, let's get our boots on and go into the forest. Whereas Daily Wire is like, yes, you will have the meeting at 3 o'clock. Please dress in a suit. I do not want to see your hair out of place. I will get my soy cafe latte, no foam, cold whip. Like, that's, you can visually see the difference. You can see the dichotomy. They are two sides of the conservative party. Now, I still have no idea why Steven left the Blaze. That's kind of been not really spoken about. The idea is that
I would say for the same reason Elijah Schaefer did.
I thought YouTube was just cat videos and DIY tutorials until 2019. Oh no, it's so much more than that.
Oh no, there is a whole dichotomy.
Like, there is a huge metric in here. It's how people were able to become famous and multi-millions. How Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson and even Blair White, how you're able to come up like that. Like, yes, there was multiple ways to make money. But that's also one of the reasons why YouTube is getting so strict, because they are Google and Google is corporate. Google has not been a fun place for years. And after Elon Musk bought Twitter, all the other places are realizing that in order to be able to make it, they are going to have to toe some kind of line. But the problem is, rather than toe the line of free speech and allowing through proper ideals, letting that stuff happen, they are now cracking down even further. I mean, I have to be very careful from here on out how I'm going to produce my own content. Everything I say, everything I do. Again, it's why I'm going to keep my format, because I have to be careful if I want to be able to make it at all. I mean, in the entire time I've been on YouTube, I haven't gotten a single sponsorship offer.
I have, actually, which is funny.
Really?
Yeah, I've gotten one or two. God of War called me up. It was a lot of interesting people.
Right, and that's the thing. Like, so clearly there's something about me that even though I am in sales, I'm not marketable. Don't know why. I'm not.
I just don't pick them up because I believe in staunch independence. I believe in not getting sponsorships. I am like PBS. I am sponsored by viewers like you.
Well, see, I like sponsorships, like if it's something that I really like. So, for instance, I like certain food companies because they produce foods that I think are really beneficial for a healthier movement. So I'd love to work with them. Like, if I did have somebody, but I don't consider it a sponsorship. I got offered a free face mask. It's an LED face mask. You put it on and it helps with your skin. Everyone compliments me on how my skin already looks good. So in other words, you just want me to wear the mask to tell people how good your thing works, so that way you can use my already good skin. See, now someone who said that the leak call made you lose respect for Crowder. Here's my thing, Linda. I will say this: it didn't for me. Here's why. A video ad can cost anywhere from $1,500 to $100,000, depending on your reach.
Yeah, not enough for me. Not enough.
Yeah.
For me. A small content creator, not enough.
Yeah, like I don't reach enough apparently for that, and I would only take sponsorships from things that I am, that I would use or am a part of. But here's my thing: just as scummy as maybe it was to record, think about where we'd be if Steven hadn't recorded that. Everyone was saying it was him doing A, B, and C. He made a very valid point last night. If he hadn't recorded that, a lot of people wouldn't believe him about a lot of stuff. And the thing is, if you have someone who's a dear friend for 10 years that you've gone to bat for, you love, would you send them a standard boilerplate pre-contract that is predatory? Or would you curate one for your friend, knowing their ethics, knowing their ideals? Because the thing is, when people hear $50 million, and this is something that I knew from the beginning, that sounds like a lot. But that was $50 million over the course of 4 years for a staff of 38. Okay? So let's divide that. Where's my calculator? All right, hold on.
Oh, boy. So math. Everybody leave. Everybody leave. Math. So
50 million, 3, divided by 4. Okay? So that's $12,500,000. All right? So then, and mind you, the $12,500,000, that is for the entire production.
Right.
That is for travel, expenses, building, production costs, everything else on top of salary. So that's salary for 38 people. So you now only have $12,500,000, and you have to pay 38 people. All right, so that's the beginning of it. Then you have to cover insurance. And with a production like that, you have to pay licensing fees, lawyer fees. You have to pay for all of the food, all of the accommodations. You have to pay for plane tickets, traveling. If you want any guests, you have to pay the guests. You have to pay for the guest accommodation.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to have to deal with when I get my studio up and running.
There you go.
People in the studio.
So I want you to think about that, guys. Take that into consideration when you're thinking $12 million.
Which, again, is a lot of money to somebody, but it's not a lot of money to him.
It's not a lot of money in that. It's not a lot of money when you think about it, because when you think about the amount of people that rely on you. So let's say Steven pays each of his staff $50,000. Okay, so, and that's including himself. So $50K times 38. So right there, that's $1.9 million. That is just to pay them. And that is not the standard. I know for a fact he pays them more. So that's $2 million. Now you've only got $10 million to pay lawyer fees.
Yeah.
All those things I just listed. And the thing is, let's say he gets penalized. He gets fines. Comes out of that too. Now, I want you to think about it. If he gets demonetized, okay? If he gets demonetized, if he gets a sponsorship loss, that is 20%. So 20% of $12.5 million times 20%. He's just lost $2.5 million. Okay? Then if he gets a boycott, so now he's got only 10 million, right? So 10 million, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. No, not 100 million, bitch. 10 million. Now that's a 25% times 25%. That is another 2.5 million. So now he is down to 5 million. Still gonna pay all those people. Still gonna pay all those fees. So this is what he was talking about, guys. When you calculate all the fees, which, by the way, Steven has been demonetized for 3 years. So he is going into it already losing 20%. Okay? He's going into it already losing it. All right? How is he supposed to support his people? When we know for a fact, Steven gets boycotts. Steven gets people that picket against him. Steven has been demonetized. He's got all these problems. So I'm not saying that it's okay on a person-to-person basis. But the point is, Linda, you don't send something to a friend you've known for years knowing they're demonetized. Yes, they should cover the loss, and here's why. Because if he made them triple that amount, he wouldn't get a bonus. If he makes them more money, he doesn't get any more money.
So it would have been, honestly, what it comes down to, it would be like the Blaze and Daily Wire, because they're both in competition with each other. Let's face it. At the end of the day, they're
right.
I would say, look, listen, I don't care what they say. That's hipster conservatism. Okay, what they sell basically is hipster conservatism. Candace Owens, Steven Crowder, they're hipster conservatives. Now I understand where Steven Crowder is coming from. You know, like where you get demonetized and all that other stuff. I mean, me personally, I've been monetized, but my videos get yellow dollar signed of death up until I have to put in exactly. I have to get like manual. What really screws me over with YouTube is I have to manually, like put in that I reviewed my whole content and my content does not have cursing in it, and or if it does, I censor all of it. Everything is squeaky clean about this video. 2-3 days later, I get monetized. Then the money starts kicking in. When I rank in about a few hundred to a few thousand views, like I remember doing this video that reached 5,000-7,000 views in one day, and how much money did I make? $2 off of it. I was like, the fuck is this?
Yeah, if it's limited, it does do that. It's painful. But here's the thing, Linda. Linda, you got to realize something. So Steven's walking in with a guarantee of 350,000 Mug Club subscribers, okay? So I want you to think about this Mug Club, because these people would only go there for Mug Club, okay? 350,000 subscribers at $100 a year. He's already bringing in $35 million a year for them, just with that. Just with Mug Club, okay? So already, he has given them, with zero work, he's already given them a net positive of over double what it is a distraction tactic, because he never brought up the money to begin with. He always talked about what he didn't like. And the thing is, I like Brett Cooper. She is not a Steven Crowder. She isn't. The only reason Brett Cooper is known is because she's connected to the Daily Wire. Steven is a force unto himself. He is a much larger reason of why conservatives have any kind of, I would say, any kind of foothold in pop culture at all. Because Steven stirred a lot of shit up. He is a meme onto himself. The Change My Mind is a meme across the board. Everyone knows that meme. I'm about to trademark that. I like that.
I'm about to trademark that. I'm about to go to my info tab. About to my term. No. Okay. Everybody who uses that term has to use my name. Hey, hipster conservative. Hey, I'm about to use that. No, I use that. I coined that. No, not everybody.
At least give me some credit. I helped you come to that idea.
No, I hate it when people don't give me my flowers, bro. I hate it.
Give me my flowers.
Give me my flowers for that. I let you listen. I just want my flowers at the end of the day.
I am the prize.
I am the fucking prize. What are you talking about? Now the red pill is coming out. I am the fucking prize. What are you talking about? Everybody took Shadow Realm away from me. I remember. Hold on a second. I remember when Fresh and Fit blew up. I remember this. I'll never forgive them for this. These niggas that never used fucking what? They never knew any. They look down upon Yu-Gi-Oh players, and then they go on No Jumper, and what do? Send them to the Shadow Realm. I was like, bitch ass niggas. Y'all bunch of bitch ass niggas for that.
I've been saying send them into the ether for years, but now out of nowhere, everyone's saying send them into the ether. I'm like, you motherfuckers. But no, it's definitely. I will definitely give credit to it. See, Silver's got you. But it's just here's my thing. Brett Cooper, she's a lovely girl and she is funny. But I watched her off script. Okay, I watched her when she went off about Crowder. She wasn't as concise and articulated as she normally is when she's on her show. You know what that tells me? A lot of what she says is scripted. And I love her, but they're expending money outside his salary as well. But that's the thing, Linda, it's not as simple as that, because the thing is, Crowder is a draw in and of himself. Like, he is a draw in and of himself. He can make that money with or without them just by bringing Mug Club alone. We're talking nothing else. He brings them double his salary just with the people loyal to him that will subscribe to Daily Wire. And he sees none of that money. He sees none of it. And I love Brett Cooper. I think she's a very funny girl. I think she's very intelligent. She's very pretty.
Yeah, now it's in my description. Now if you find out, now if people use hipster conservative, it's in my description. And if you don't give me my flowers, I'm for people.
I got you. I'll give you flowers.
That's all I care about. Just give me my flowers, and we'll be fine with it. I hear my terms being used. I'm like, man, y'all bitch ass niggas better give me my flowers. All right, now you can. Okay, I'll let you have the microphone now.
I am the prize.
I am the fucking prize.
I love that so much. But no, that's my point. Like, I'm not saying that they wouldn't expend something, but the thing is, that is if you advertise someone, you're always going to expend that. But it's within how much. Like, that's a standard thing they would do no matter what. I just need to bring in the people. I was on the fence of the whole issue until the call. Crowder may be outlandish, but he had character. But I still think he has character. I think it's a matter of he already felt betrayed, and he didn't. Imagine the lack of trust he had to have in those people. Because, like, I've had people that were close friends, Linda, and I've had to screenshot and I've had to record. Because it turns out they weren't friends and they tried to screw me over. And without the receipts, I would have looked bad. So I do get what you're saying, but the other question is, who broke trust first? And that's my thing. If you knew your friend was already screwed over all the time, and you were like, oh, well, still doing it this way, didn't you already kind of break trust? And apparently, he was doing this. He was begging them for months. There was no counteroffer from him. They just ignored him. So I don't know.
You know what? I'm gonna bring that up tonight. You actually bring up a good point, and I'm gonna bring that up tonight.
Yeah, because I don't like the idea anymore. But my thing is, this is why I really do mean this as someone who has gotten into business with friends multiple times, and it doesn't work out. Do not, unless the business, like for instance, me and Jasmine, our friendship from the get-go was based on business. We are close now, but we still have that business mind in our relationship. If your relationship did not get born out of business, do not get